Hey everyone, this is Eddie, and today we are going to talk about the MBE, the Multistate Bar Exam, or the multiple choice part of the bar exam. And we're going to talk about improving your scores in that area of the exam. Okay, so let's start off with talking about polarity, the law of polarity. Everything has an opposite side. Okay, so even your MBE score, okay, you can apply the principle of polarity, which is your weak subject and which is your strong subject. You have to know this. And here's what you do. You want to take your strong subject and you want to reduce the amount of time and you want to reduce the amount of energy that you put into that. Not ignore it, but just reduce the amount of time. Then transfer that over to your weak area. So you're going to do more, in other words. You're going to take from the strong subject of MBE, and you're going to do more questions on your weak side. So only you know how you would manage that. And the reason why that is your weak subject is just plain and simple. Here's the reason why. Is because you're still weak in knowing the substantive law in that area. So in other words, you need to know more of the rules and more of the elements for that weak area. And that's fine, but just acknowledge that you do need more work in that area. Okay, so now let's talk about a second. I'm gonna give you 3 strategies. So that was number 1. Second strategy is duration. The length. How much time are you dedicating to each question? Now at the beginning, of course, you can go a little bit over. They give you 1 minute and 48 seconds for every question. So after that initiation of your MBE, you ought to stick to that 1 minute and 48 seconds per question. Even if you do 10 per day or 20 per day or 30, whatever your schedule is, stick to simulating the testing conditions, okay? Now what happens is this: a lot of times people will look at one question and they'll ponder over it for like 5 minutes. And the reason why, I mean, even if they spend 10 minutes on it, they still won't get it right. And why? Again, because for the MBE, you need to know the rules, you need to know the elements. And if you don't know that, you're not going to get it right. So it takes you it should take you 1 minute and 48 seconds within that time to know whether you know the law for that or you don't. If you know it, okay, most likely you're going to get it right. If you don't know it, then move on. But at least you did not spend 5 minutes on that question. And of course, there's another tip here in this video here. So refer to that. Everything here has a strategy. All your movements here should have a strategy. So check out this video here on the MBE. Now, I'm going to give you the third tip here. This is very powerful. Believe me. Just believe me when I say how powerful it is. So you grab your weak subject. Now, for me, it was evidence. I mean, those little questions are short and everything, but man, they kick butt. So I was having a difficult time with evidence. So here's what I did. Here's what you should do too. And I am going to lay this information. I will paste it here in the description. So feel free to copy and paste it and save it somewhere so you can refer back to it. But this is very powerful information that I'm going to give to you. So here's what you do for that weak area. So you go back to your law essays, the written questions that the bar has. And I'm going to put a link here at the bottom so you can refer to those past bar exams. And look at those past bar exams and look for that subject. Okay, so in my case, I would look for evidence. And I would go ahead and print it out and go and outline it and write it out. And my knowledge in that area just substantially improved because I was doing the actual essays. So when you put the laws, when you interact laws with each other, and when you write that essay, you're creating, and that's the highest form of learning. So trust me, if you do that, you will improve. But also keep this in mind that this is only for the weak MBE subject. And the writing part, I mean, this is also in addition to the time that you have set for writing bar essay questions. So this is extra work that I'm saying. That's why I'm saying that you should focus on that weak subject. But yeah, this is very powerful. Again, copy and paste the information in the description. Now let me step away from that and let me hit on another topic that involves the law of polarity. So when you have these subjects, you have let's say you have real property. Now I'll tell you right now, at the beginning when you start doing real property questions, the fact pattern is gonna be long. All right, and when you first interact with them, you're gonna have, you might take longer than 1 minute and 48 seconds, and that's fine. But the more you do it, and then you are gonna get it within 1 minute and 48 seconds. And I do suggest that you get to the point where you just like kind of look. You don't even annotate anything on your test booklet. You just look at it. I mean, you can get to that point. Okay, that'll also save time. And then on the other side of that, you have the short fact patterns, and you guys already know what those are. Those are usually evidence questions. But again, do not be misled, only because they may be like 2 sentences in length. Do not underestimate them and say, hey, these are easy. Okay, because like I said earlier, for me, that was like the most difficult section. So I hope this helped, and I wish you all the best. Until soon.